Conversations about real estate investments mostly focuses on residential or commercial properties, but the largest and most important use of land in India remains agriculture. India has one of the largest agricultural land areas in the world, with roughly 180 million hectares. In fact, agriculture contributes roughly 17 to 18% in India's GDP. But generally, when we talk about real estate, agriculture is really part of that conversation. In my previous video, I spoke about how real estate in India is changing, along with new opportunities that lie ahead. In this video, I want to share my perspective on agriculture, not just from farming point of view, but as a real estate, infrastructure, and business opportunity. So let's dive in. India's dependence on agriculture is huge. It supports food security, rural income, employment, consumption, and in many ways, the country's stability. But from an investor's point of view, agriculture becomes a good real estate opportunity only when the land can be used productively and sustainably. Many investors look at agricultural land and think land is limited, agriculture is essential, so this must be a good opportunity to invest. That's not entirely true. Investing in agricultural land is not as simple as investing in any other real estate asset. Most people look at the size of land, the location, the price, and the future appreciation. But in agriculture, the value of land depends on few hidden factors that are often missed. If you evaluate these areas carefully and they are strong, then agricultural land can become a very productive asset. And if these are weak, even the large land parcel may not be a good investment. So, it is very important to analyze each one of these areas. The first area is soil health and soil fertility. When we talk about land, most people look at the location, access, price, and future appreciation. But in agriculture, the real quality of land is determined by the soil quality. If the soil is healthy, the land can produce higher yields. If the soil quality is poor, the productivity of the land will continue to decline over time. For many years, the solution to lower productivity was simple: add more fertilizers. But agriculture cannot work only like that. If the soil itself is losing strength, then simply increasing fertilizer consumption will not solve the core problem. So if you are evaluating agricultural land, don't just ask what the price per acre is. Ask what is the productive capacity of that acre. What is the nutrient quality of the soil? Is there NPK imbalance? Is the soil able to hold water properly? Is the soil suitable for crop being grown? Has the soil testing been done? Knowing the answers to these questions is important because two pieces of agricultural land may look similar from outside, but actual productive value can be very different. So first things investors need to understand is that agricultural land is not valuable only because of how much land you own. It is valuable because of how productive the land can become. The second area is water and irrigation. If soil decides the quality of agricultural land, water decides its reliability. In India, agriculture is still heavily dependent on monsoon. Every year, rainfall affects sowing, crop output, food prices, farmers' income, and even their broader economy. And that tells us how deeply agriculture is connected to water availability. Ideally, agriculture should not be so much dependent on weather. Of course, rainfall will always matter, but the larger goal should be to reduce uncertainty for farmers. This is where irrigation becomes very important. So, if you are evaluating agricultural land, ask how reliable the water access is. Is there irrigation? Is there land completely dependent on rainfall? Is there groundwater availability? Is water usage efficient? Can more than one crop cycle be supported? The land with reliable access to water will always have more value than the one that depends entirely on uncertain rainfall, even if they are similar in size and soil quality. So, the second thing investors need to understand is that agricultural land is valuable when it can produce consistently, and water is what that gives that land reliability. The third area is market access and post harvest infrastructure. This is one of the most important things to understand because even if the land has good soil and reliable water, its value is still limited if the farmer cannot access the market at the right time. In normal real estate, we often say location is everything. In agriculture also, location matters. But here, location is not about where the land is. It is also about how connected the land is. Is there access to mandi or buyer network? Is there a warehouse nearby? Is there a cold storage nearby? Is there a processing unit? These questions matter because agriculture does not end when the crop is harvested. A farmer may produce good crop, but if there is no proper storage, cold chain, processing, packaging or logistics, a large part of value can be lost or sold at very low prices. So if you are evaluating agriculture land, don't just look at the land parcel, look at the ecosystem around it. The land that is well connected to markets and infrastructure will always have more value than the land which is isolated, even if both the lands are similar in terms of soil and water conditions. So if you are looking at agriculture land as an investment, don't look at it only as a land parcel. The real question is not how many acres are you buying, but what those acres can actually do. How good is the soil? How reliable is the water? And finally, how well is the land connected to the markets, storage, logistics, and buyers? These three factors decide whether agricultural land can become a productive asset or remain a passive piece of land. Because in agriculture, land value is not only about ownership, it is about productivity, reliability, and access. And this is where the future will become even more interesting. Once these basics are in place, the next layer will be technology, better methods to improve soil quality, smarter irrigation, crop science, AI-led monitoring, data-based advisory, and even new farming models like hydroponics, polyhouses, greenhouses, and other high productivity systems can change how agricultural land is used. But that is a separate opportunity by itself. In this video, I wanted to look at agricultural land from an investor's point of view. In my next video, I will talk about agriculture from an entrepreneur and startup point of view because there are many opportunities emerging in the future of agriculture as well. If this video gave you new perspective on investing in agricultural real estate, make sure you like the video and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss the upcoming videos. And before you leave, if you missed watching the previous video on evolution of real estate investing in India, then I would highly recommend you to watch it. The link is in the description below. Do check it out, and I will see you in the next one.